Michael Kline, how are you?
Good morning.
You're looking very clean this morning.
We cleaned up.
And of course, we have many things here from the Funky Bubble, right in the heart of North Conway Village. So let's talk about what the Funky Bubble is all about.
Well, the Funky Bubble is, based on the premise, the suggestion was that we add Bath & Body to Soy Fire Candle. And we did that experimentally a few years ago, and we've been hearing about it ever since. You got to bring back the Bath & Body stuff. You got to bring back the Bath & Body. So we brought in a natural, better for you Bath & Body lines, and we carry 4 or 5 different lines at the Funky Bubble. So I brought some with us to play, and you ready to get wet and play? This water was hot when I started, so all right. We're going to start with
dishwashing liquid.
You're soaking in it. It's okay. So we're going to start with one of our very popular items. It's called a sugar whip. Now, most folks are familiar with salt scrubs or sugar scrubs. And the idea is that the salt or the sugar is an exfoliant, which means that's going to scrub away the unwanted dead skin cells while you're washing,
I have
right?
no unwanted dead skin cells.
Trust me, you do. You may want them, but no. All right. So, the most coarse of these is the salt scrub, and a little finer would be a sugar scrub, and finer and softer still would be the sugar whip. Now, this is delicate enough. You would never use a salt scrub on your face. It's just much too harsh. Although, all right. This sugar whip is soft enough you could really use it on your face for most people. And we think of our skin as from different parts of our body. You might think of around your eyes here, you might think of this as tissue paper, and you might think of your face as typing paper or regular paper, where your feet or hands might be plywood, right? or at least cardboard. So they're just much tougher, and you can use different things on your feet that when you have cracked heels and you want to use a foot polish or something on your feet, it would be very different. You would never use it on your face, okay? So the sugar whip, Hans tells us that he almost stole this from us. This smells like cupcake, which is perfect. I brought this for you. So Hans tiptoed, like most guys, they find these things when they tiptoe into the bathroom when no one else is home, and he tries his girlfriend's sugar whip, and he's been using it on his face ever since. He didn't know he could use this on his body. Most people use it on their body just once or twice a week when you're taking a shower. Real easy and quick to use. Go ahead and get this in the water and get that wet, and we're just going to take like this much of this, all right, and smush it into there. You can.
So I have to.
Yeah, don't you do this? Okay. Doesn't hurt. A little more.
A little more. Feels like.
Say, like this is enough to do your whole body.
Okay.
All right, so just smush it in there and just go crazy with that.
Oops, now I'm spilling.
Ah, jeez.
I'm making a mess.
And just here, get in here like you mean it.
Oh,
okay?
well,
Here, like this. All right, and just go crazy with that.
Okay.
And watch it.
It's all foamy.
It's all foamy. That's what we want it to do. Okay. And you can feel now just go crazy and scrub it up. You could keep your clothes on. You were just doing your hands today. And as you rub this into your skin, you feel the sugar.
Yes.
Right? And as you keep rubbing it, you feel the sugar dissolve, and it's starting to feel more and more like a lotion.
Yes.
Now you have some extra exfoliating going on because of your scrubby, right? If I'm just doing it on my hands like this, I just feel the lotion and it's super moisturizing and scrubbing, scouring away, cleaning you right up good, and you smell amazing.
Thank you so much. I should get this for my son since, he's mostly, I think he's 99% dirt.
Well, this works great on grass stains. When you're coming out, your kids are all out there. I saw pictures of them playing soccer in Haiti the other day.
Yes.
Which is amazing. But even we aren't going to take this to Haiti for them. But when they get back, and they'll still be covered with grass stains, is my guess. This works great on that sort of stuff. So, you having fun there? We have limited water for rinsing you off.
Okay, well, I didn't know. You didn't tell me to stop.
Now, look at this. This is why we use the scrungy things here. This thing will last forever. Look how much it's still foaming, and it never ends. It never ends. When you do it some people say, oh, no, I just use it with my hands, and that's fine. You'll get a lot more life out of it when you use it with a scrubby or even with a washcloth.
Right.
But
so now, where am I putting the scrubby in here?
You can just leave it in there.
And what am I doing with
I
that?
don't know, lick it off. It's cupcake. So here, I brought your very own towel.
Do I need to rinse off, or do I just wipe it off?
Well, normally you would rinse off. We have limited shower space here at White Mountains today. So that's a sugar whip. And of course, we have the salt scrubs. We have the salt scrubs from the Dead Sea. Ahava is all made in Israel. We have their Dead Sea mud. We have their Dead Sea salts for soaking. There's liquid salts for a lot of spa experiences you can create right in your own home. We have an all-organic line called Deep Steep. We have Upper Canada. We've got locally made soaps, goat milk soaps and lotions Kearsarge Mountain Soaps made just down, not a quarter mile from here.
Right.
And terrific arrangement of collection of scents from her. And so just, what we put on our skin gets so absorbed into our body. Up to 80% of what you put topically on your skin gets absorbed in your body. And when you look at the chemical list on some of the products we buy at the grocery store,
drastic, yeah.
It's pretty scary stuff. And most folks, I've talked to so many people who think that that's a bunch of woo-woo nonsense. Oh, how bad could it be? I've been using it all my life. And say, well, yeah, wait a minute. When I talk to my nurse friend, they tell me that they get prescription medication for people that can't swallow a pill. You get your prescription remade into a cream formula to absorb into your body through your skin. So if medicine is using this to apply medication, should we really be rethinking about these modern chemicals that they use as cheap additives because they make it foam better, they make it feel better, whatever they do, or it's a cheap preservatives that the big companies put into things. So we have to be careful about what we read. So read on the labels. Now, don't be scared of it. They say if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't be using it. Well, I can't pronounce any of the Latin names for the organic items either. Those come in Latin to make it sound scary, but it isn't. So. Our whole store is SLS-free, paraben-free, petroleum-free, and some are certified organics, like our Dolphin Organics is a new line for babies and kids, new organic shampoos and conditioners, and all the regular lotions and soaps, and we even have beer soap made locally, the Guinness soap, and we'll explain that later. You have to come by the store.
All right.
Okay. So you need a little cupcake lotion there to finish you off after you...
Sure. I'm just all cupcake-read.
There you go. The good thing about good fragrances is they disappear. They dissipate pretty quickly. So you're not really going to smell like a cupcake. By the time you leave here, you won't smell like cupcake anymore. You'll be back to smelling like Rob. Which, if we could put in a bottle, we'd go out of business.
Smelling like Rob. Smelling like Rob. Now, of course, Funky Bubble is located where?
Right down, just a block north of here, right? We're just north of the lights in North Conway Village. On the left side there, going north, across from Joe Jones. Next to Synergy.
And you can usually find it by the bubbles that are blowing out onto the street.
Weather permitting. We found that on high humid days, or if it's about to rain, or if it's raining, the bubbles pile up on the sidewalk, and we don't want that. 2 to 4 inches of bubble on the sidewalk is a bad thing.
Yeah. And what are the hours there at the Funky Bubble?
You stumped me.
There we go.
Let's say 10 to 6.
Let's say during the day.
Always at least 10 to 6 every day of the week. And some days until 7.
And that's great. So it's been open now for how long?
Just over a year.
Just over a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's terrific. So, if obviously you brought just a smidgen of the items that you have there at the Funky Bubble, and basically you're also saying that guys should not be afraid to go in there.
No, it is the pinkest store you will have ever shopped in. But the guys, you gotta wash sooner or later. And so, if you want some really good soaps, or if you have you were talking about your own skin, we have the men's line from Ahava that I use. Absolutely love this stuff. It smells great. Again, the fragrance smells like a good men's cologne, but it does dissipate very quickly anyway. But terrific products. There's an excellent aftershave. I had a guy who looked like Chris Prue, and Chris should use this on the top of his head. He says, "Oh my God, every bald guy should have this on it." Well, actually, pull that your arm here a little bit. This is a dry oil body mist. Now just rub that into your skin a little bit, and it feels dry, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a brand new. There's so much to love there. So this you could get dressed right away, putting this on right if you get out of the shower, and it's not oily, it's not icky, and guys love things that are efficient and not oily or icky, right? So there you have it.
Your crankcase should be oily.
But we have a functioning sink in the store, so the trick is to come and play in the sink, and the girls there are awesome, and they love to have you play in the sink with them. So you could come and do the hand things. You can try a salt scrub, a mud, whatever you want to do. Well, you want to do a mud thing on your face, you go crazy.
Nah, I'm going to miss that, so skip that. Well, Mike, thanks so much for coming down today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll check you out there at the Funky Bubble, right there in the heart of North Conway Village. Can't miss it unless you pass it. So swing on in and say hi to them there, and lather up, I guess we'll say.